Good morning and welcome to my review of the new Stability King from Mizuno, the Horizon 4. But before we talk about the shoe, roll the beauty shot. Mizuno has made this top model stability shoe for 3 to 4 years. It fits perfectly in between the Inspire and the Paradox, being a little bit more cushioning, a little bit more stable than the Inspire, and a little bit less clumsy and boxy as the Paradox is. Mizuno is like a conservative scientist. They don't want to change up their formula until they're very, very sure that it's the right thing to do. This means that they end up with less innovative products sometimes, but they have a very stable and continuous lineup. But this time, Mizuno is not doing that. The Horizon 4 is a major leap forward, and usually when you have a major leap forward, it's sometimes also a step back in some aspects. If you compare this shoe to the predecessor, then it's new in 4 ways. So first, it has a completely new upper that is cleaner and more seamless than the old one with a lot of overlays and sewn in logo. And second, they removed the 20-year-old wave plate and replaced it with a foam wave technology which was introduced in the Mizuno Sky 3. And third, because they removed the wave plate, they can now insert a new TPU core which makes it more bouncy and more cushioned. Fourth, that TPU core is actually asymmetrical, and that means that it creates more stability on one side than the other. This is now the main stability for this shoe. So the old stability was the wave plate, now it's the TPU core. Now when you have 4 big changes into a new shoe, that means that in some aspects it will feel completely different, and it will enhance the shoe in some ways and have a negative aspect in some ways. So let's talk about the fit. So when you change the upper this drastically, it is bound to have some implications on how it feels. Mizuno is known for having a really tight hold on the midfoot, and with less overlays, a more seamless upper, this tends to go towards the softer side. Other manufacturers have also tried this, and I've seen it. It's more soft, it has less hold than previous versions. And that is the case in this one as well. The Mizuno Horizon fits just like a top model should. And that means it's very plush and comfortable. It still actually holds relatively good around the midfoot, but it has replaced more hold with a less intrusive upper that feels more soft to have on. If you look at the collar around the heel, then it's a little bit more padded than I'm used to from Mizuno, and it brings me a little bit over to what I feel Asics is doing. In this case, I don't feel like it's a bad decision though. It feels really good, but it's always a question how long the heel will last when it's much more padded than in previous versions. Now if you do a direct comparison between the Mizuno Sky 3 and the Horizon 4, then you feel the upper is a little bit more hold too, and it's a little bit more comfortable in my opinion because of the hold. Now let's talk about how it feels to run it. First of all, this does not feel like an anti-pronation shoe. The new TPU core, which is supposed to have the medial support, is less invasive and less controlling, and I kind of like the feeling that it gives me. So as a pronation shoe, it actually blows me away, and it's kind of hard to think that it's a pronation shoe. It's like I'm running in a neutral shoe, and I can't remember ever having that feeling before when running. Now if you buy this shoe because you want a fast shoe, then you're totally in the wrong place. But if you want a high mileage king that really does its job well, then it's a really great shoe. It's not meant to be fast. It's meant to be cushioned and comfortable on those long runs. So consider it before buying. Okay, so I really enjoy this shoe, but there's just one issue with it, and that is the stability. So I've talked about it already. It feels like a neutral shoe. Whoa, a lot of sounds now. The sun is going down. It feels like a neutral shoe. But does that mean that it has the stability it needs? And if you compare it directly to its predecessors, then it's actually less stable and not as controlling. Every previous version has had the weight plate, a sewn-in logo, and the overlays on the upper. And those features have strongly contributed to the hold and the stability of the shoe. When these things are gone, it actually loses a lot of the stability. And as we've known earlier from previous manufacturers, TPU foam is more bouncy and it isn't as stable as normal EVA foam. When I run in this, I actually don't feel like it's controlling me much, but I don't feel like I need more control. But this is a very subjective thing, and I think it's very smart for you to try it out first and to see how it actually looks on your foot, how it works, and then decide to buy after that. Now, if you compare it directly to the Sky 3, then it's more stable and a better anti-pronation shoe, of course. But if you compare it directly to the Inspire, which still has the weight plate, then I'm not exactly sure if the Inspire is less stable, which it has been in the previous iteration. My takeaways are as follows for this shoe. First of all, the fit is very comfortable and still secure. It's not a fast shoe, and it's not built as one either. So if you want a fast shoe that's anti-pronation from Mizuno, go for the Inspire or the Catalyst. If you want a long distance cruiser, then this is the shoe for you. But be aware of the stability, because if you're used to the stability of the old Horizons, then the new Horizon will be less stable. And last of all, it's perfect for people who need stability but don't want to feel the hard foam under the arch. It feels exactly like a neutral shoe in my opinion, and it might be very subjective, but I really like this shoe, and I'm gonna continue training in it for a long time. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be my go-to long distance trainer. I think Mizuno is really brave this time, and compared to their conservative self, this is a really big step forward in their shoe design. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like nerdy shoe videos, please subscribe. If you have any questions, comment down below and I'll try to answer them. If you want to support me, then go onto my website and buy some awesome socks. Anyways, have a good day, have a great run, and I'll see you next time.